So today I had the opportunity to go to a doctor's appointment for one of my kids, and it was very interesting. I mean, you never know. It's kind of a crapshoot, especially if you've got insurance, because, I mean, I can't pick my doctor. I just have to go with whoever they've got on the list that takes my insurance and so on and so forth. So go in there, and the doctor is a lady, and she's she's got some nice gray hair. I mean, she's definitely been practicing for at least 30, 40 years. She's an old hand. And in the corner, observing, was a young man who was a nurse. And it was very interesting to watch all the ways that they interacted with one another, especially with, my son that was going for that appointment. And of course, the 70s little girl in me is like, yes, the doctor's a female, yes, the nurse is a man. It's like William's got a doll for you and me. It's, like ERA all happy, right? But what really struck me was the complete gentleness with which she used to, do the examination and this kind of thing, and the ways in which she approached to, just kind of glean out information. It was really superb. And it reminded me of a female doctor who, I think when I saw her interviewed, that she was 99 years old, and she lived in some southern state, and I don't recall which, but I think I remember, she was the first female at Harvard to graduate. So I think this was in the 30s or something. Anyways, she then, after she had become the first female doctor out of Harvard, if I got this right, I should probably look it up so I'm not talking, but whatever. Anyways, she set up shop in some southern town, and she was the, family physician for everybody in that town. She birthed all their babies, she would make house calls, just like a real country doctor. So she was being interviewed for, I don't even remember which show I saw this on, whatever, where they were asking her things like, how has it been that you've lived so long, and, what are the things that you tell your patients and that kind of thing. And she said some really interesting things that kind of stuck with me. One of them was that she only eats 3 meals a day. She won't eat in between her meals as snacks or anything. She always and only drinks water that's hot. So she'll never grab a glass of ice water, which obviously if you live in Tucson, you can't get away with that. But I thought that was interesting, that it's always a warm drink. And she said something about forgiveness or happiness. I can't remember which, but it had something to do with that as, being something that has sustained her life. Okay. Then she talked about different aspects as far as what she always taught her patients. And one of them was that women should quit their jobs. And the reason for that was because if the mother is always having to take her child to childcare, then the child is going to be more sick. The mother is going to be more tired, and the interactions with them are compromised. And how unpopular that was in the later part of her career as opposed to the earlier part of her career, where, that was more the norm, and there were so many more extended family members able to sort of keep up that kind of thing. I remember when my mom went to work, my grandmother was able to take care of me, that kind of thing. So it would kind of flip-flop back and forth, and maybe I could be with my aunt and uncle, or I could go over, this person's house, that person's house, whatever it was, so that my mom could work. And then you're not paying for childcare. But I think about that in terms of the way that, our society has changed, and what we're giving up and what we're trying to achieve by having women work and having women stay in the home, and, how people make those decisions, which all are just incredibly difficult, and there's no right answer. You just have to find something that works. But I'm really glad that I have the option to work, because I have the option to leave. Whereas if, it was something that I had to rely on, for any part of my sustenance, what a pressure that is. And sometimes I think about that because, men are always put into that position in our society that they are, the main breadwinners and stuff. And I think about that and I realize, oh my gosh, what a huge pressure that must be. And yeah, so I don't know how I got off of that tangent. Anyways, okay, so I hope if you ever go to a doctor that you like who you are seeing. And yeah, any comments at all, I'd love to hear them. Wishing all great blessings of peace. Take care. Bye.